In this video, I'll show you how to count the number of times a substring appears in a string in JavaScript. For beginning, let's set the str to Lorem ipsum, just some of that fake text that sometimes you can see on web pages as a placeholder. And let's also define another string. Let's make it hello world, just another simple string. And now I'm going to do string.split. And if I split the first string to an empty string and console log this using the Quokka extension, I'm going to get the length -1. So that's going to give me the length of this entire string, of the first string. But if I do string.split at I, I'm going to get the number of occurrences of the I letter. Same goes for O, M, etc. Okay. Additionally, we can look for longer substrings as well. So, for example, it doesn't have to be a single character. We can just go, let's do it on string 2, and let's try to find the number of occurrences of the word hello. And this time we're getting a number 1. Okay, so yet another approach is to use a regular expression, which we're passing to the match method on the string prototype. So if we say string.match, and then we pass regular expression, so we do a slash and another slash, and in between those slashes, we can put the letter that we're looking for. Of course, we're going to have to do console log here, because that's just how Quokka works. And now, if we do G, we're getting the G letter here is a flag for that means global. So basically, we're looking for this pattern global in that string. That is, we want this regular expression to count all instances, not just the first instance, when or how it if it finds the letter I in this case. So that's another thing that we can do. Okay. Additionally, there are some other ways, interesting and creative ways to solve a same task in JavaScript. So let's look at the third solution, where we're going to be using a for loop. So let's say that the count is set to 0, and then the string is, let's say, hello wonderful world. Okay, but this is going to be str3 because we already got str and str2. And now let's say that our query is, for example, we're looking for the letter O. Okay, and now we can run our for loop. So for let I equals 0, we're counting from 0. We're setting the I to less than string 3 dot length. And we're adding 1 to the count on each loop. And now we can say if str3 of I, that's the current member of the string that we're looping over, is triple equals to query, then what we want to do is count plus plus. So we want to increase the count by 1. And now, after all of this, I'm just going to console.log the count. And it says that there are 3 occurrences of the letter O. So hello. Okay, so let's just highlight this. Hello, wonderful world. So that seems to be the case. If we change it to the letter L, we're going to get 4 counts, which seems about right. Okay, so there is yet another interesting and curious way to do this. So I guess that's already the 4th way to do it. We can do this using the prototype map or the map method on the array. and then the filter method on the array. So let me give you an example. Let's say that string 4 is equal to morning. Okay, morning. And I'm going to say let arr equals str4.split. So we're splitting with an empty string, and then we're gonna be mapping the array where we're gonna take element and current position, that is the index, and let's just put this into a pair of round brackets because we're using an arrow function. And here inside this arrow function, I'm going to say if L is equal to, let's say, letter N, then I want to return current position. Okay. And now let's also, well, I guess we're not going to return it using Quokka. We can console.log current position. So we're getting a 3 and a 5. Okay. So that's how it's going to work. But we also return the current position. Okay. So now we can add a filter to filter only the truthy values out of the above returned array. So I'm going to do filter, and I'm going to pass in Boolean. Okay. And now I'm going to have to test this inside the browser. So let's copy this thing and go back to the browser. And now when I paste this in and run it, I'm going to get the values of 3 and 5. Okay. So we get back the filtered array using the filter method, which is going to show only the position of the filtered through truthy values. The good thing about this approach is we can include more than one letter. So for example, we can say if element is N or element is O or element is E, I want to console log the current position. And if I do it like this, I'm going to get my matches to be 1, 3, and 5, which means that the second position here of this string is the O letter. Then the third, counting from 0, is the N letter. And the fifth position, counting from 0, so it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth position is also matching one of these letters. Okay, so to get the exact position of the letters in a given array we can do it by altering the line that reads return current position to return current position -1. Additionally, if we just append dot length after this filter right here, we can easily find the count of the number of letters found in this array. Okay, so that's it for this video. Plenty various different ways to count the number of times a substring appears in a string in JavaScript.